Everyone's first video game has a special place in their heart. I remember when I was 7 years old in 2003, my father won an Xbox at a convention and baffled my brother and I. Lo and behold, a few weeks later, I got Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2 for Christmas, and it was an instant favorite. Well, it was the only game we had, but something I'll never forget is the in-game menu music and the music playing during the in-game trailer when you don't make a selection. You see a 3-car chase, a hot pursuit if you will, with the soundtrack of Going Down on It by Hot Action Cop. A seemingly appropriate song for a street racing game with cops on your trail. As you actually get into playing the game, you soon realize that out of the game's soundtrack, there are basically 2 main songs in rotation. The aforementioned Going Down on It and Fever for the Flava, both by Hot Action Cop. Now in an early internet age, and definitely a pre-smartphone age, you would never really question who an artist is and would just enjoy the music in the world of the game. And back then, having 15 licensed tracks of music was remarkable since a lot of racing games of the day used very generic, engineered, in-house music. Good on you, EA! If you did a little research under the hood though, these songs were edited down heavily from their source material to be more appropriate for the tone and audience of the game. There's something called an ESRB rating, which lets you know who a game is appropriate for, with Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2 getting an E rating, which is for everyone. But take a listen to what these songs actually sound like in their original form on the album.
One for fun, gotta fling your tongue. You running straight up on some man and throw a down up. You got beat up on a ball, you got beat on one. You drive it like a semi to the city, semi son. Getting off inside the traffic.
As you might have guessed from the album cover, both of these songs are basically explicit sexual songs made for a frat house. Why even use them? Well, I reached out to the band for comment, but was left unread. But the question still stands as to why I've remixed 2 songs about eating pussy and getting laid to very vaguely be about competitive racing. Well, let's hear it from Hot Action Cop lead singer Rob Werthner and see what he thinks.
I definitely see a really cool trend for music to be integrated with video games. I think it is a terrific way, a terrific platform to get bands out into the public, especially because the main listening group for music are kids. Kids love video games. It's brilliant, it really is.
Apparently these are the one-hit wonders of the band and were popular in the early 2000s and featured in multiple low-culture films. American Pie's American Wedding, Grind, and Malcolm in the Middle to name a few. I think EA liked the high energy of the songs without the, well, content and context of them. As to why the band did this, they were at the peak of their popularity, so the money was good. But it's so strange that they're most well known for the Need for Speed soundtrack. Can you even imagine if they tried to do this today? Need for Speed? All right, my first game! Should we be treating music like this? And not because it's sexually graphic, but because that is what it really wants to be. That is its art form. Not everything has to be radio-friendly, kid-friendly, and for all audiences. It's catchy, controversial, and frankly a party banger. I don't think the soul of a song should be removed and molded into a convenient marketing pitch. It's like taking a hit song and making it into watered-down Muzak or elevator music. Although uncommon, I don't think this is the first or last time a big corporation takes what it wants out of a song and throws the rest in the trash for the fans to discover later. Take Bertolt Brecht and Kurt Weill's Mac the Knife.
Oh, the shark, babe, has such teeth, dear, and it shows them pearly white. Just a jackknife has old Maggie Heath, babe, and it keeps it out of sight. You know when that
Mac the Knife comes from a 1928 German play called The Threepenny Opera, with music adapted from a translation by Elizabeth Humphrey of John Gray's 18th century English ballad opera, The Beggar's Opera. The story revolves around a gang leader, Mac, who takes a cut out of all London beggars' earnings and violently kills anyone in his way without remorse. Mac the Knife opens the play as a darkly humorous and jazzy tune introducing Mac's character, and was the show's standout song. Bobby Darin and Louis Armstrong later had standout covers of the song, and it was famously performed on late-night shows like The Ed Sullivan Show. But not unlike the story of Hot Action Cop, it couldn't just be catchy and controversial. We gotta sell, sell, sell.
The clock strikes 6:30, babe. Time to head for Golden Lights. Hey, it's a good time for the great taste dinner at McDonald's. It's Mac tonight. Come on, make it Mac tonight.
In 1986, McDonald's created a parody specifically of Bobby Darin's version of Mac the Knife, and created a mascot that still exists today in some form, Mac Tonight. Darin's son, Dodd Mitchell Darin, sued for copyright infringement and settled out of court later on, but I think the corporation really got the big win and payday out of this. Mac Tonight was used all the way up into the early 2000s in North America and was brought back in 2007 for a Southeast Asian advertising campaign. Ultimately, I didn't write these songs, and it's really up to the artist to determine if it's worth selling out or altering your art, as long as it's by their hand. However, it's the audience that decides the legacy of music. A lot more people know Hot Action Cop for Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 2 rather than Frat Rock, and Mac Tonight outstands Bobby Darin's entire career. If you love a piece of media, don't just take it at face value. Dig a little deeper and you might just find gold.